if you're always going to be second fiddle, if you're always getting compared to somebody else, then you can go somewhere else and you can be the better one there. You know what I mean? It's like, if it's a natural comparison to draw, then it's going to be uncomfortable for you unless you learn to get over it, right? But a lot of the times, learning to get over that kind of thing is just like a long process. It's easier to do when you're detached from the situation, right? So I think it's better to just remove yourself from the situation. Don't give up on the things that interest you, but relocate yourself, right? Like, if you can't handle the comparisons that are being made, it's easier to separate yourself from that environment. Just work harder. Like, this is gonna be like kind of fucked up, right? But like, some people are just naturally more talented than you and will learn faster than you no matter what you do. If you're one of those people that can use it as motivation to work super hard, it's okay, right? Then I'm happy for you. But sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how hard you work, because the person next to you is just more talented, more successful, more this, more that. And when you are standing next to them somehow, right? Whether they're your sibling or a classmate or whatever, there's the comparisons and they drain on you. They drain on you really, really hard, really, really fast. I think if it's something that you care about, the healthiest thing you can do is just to remove yourself from that situation and find like a different environment for you to explore the thing that you enjoy more, you know? Literally just stop caring. Eventually you will stop caring, right? If you make an active effort to better yourself and everything and to grow as a person, it's easy to stop caring. But especially like as a kid, right? As a kid, it's like, it feels like unless you're the best at that moment, at that thing, that you don't have value. And it's very overwhelming when that's like your whole life, right? When your world is just school and your hobbies and your family and your friends, and you're locked into that. Like when you're an adult, right? It's really easy to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna move on from this. And you have the ability to do so, right? Like you have the ability to like just pick up a new hobby like super easily, right? Because the world is your oyster, you can do whatever you want. Making friends, probably not easier as an adult, but you have a lot more options. You're not forced to be surrounded by the same few faces, except for like your workplace. But when you're a kid, your friends can only realistically be the people that are around you. Your family is around you constantly. Your hobby choices are severely limited, especially if you're not as well off potentially as some of the other kids. You're really stuck in the small pool of what you can do, what you can have, where you can go. So if you're in like that kind of situation, I would really recommend, like, don't give up. Say you're like into ballet, I would really suggest like pivoting your interest for a little bit to like maybe just doing ballet like on your own time at home, or like limit yourself to like studying like the history or something for a while, or see if you can like change studios or something, you know, like that kind of thing. If you just say like, I'm just gonna get over it, or this is hopeless, I'm like, I love this hobby but I'm gonna keep getting compared, then it's like, in my personal opinion, I think it's better to like back away from it for a while and then come back to it later in life, you know? I don't think it's worth destroying your interest in something. If you let all these negative emotions build up, you know, it's gonna taint it for you. You're gonna associate that hobby with all those negative emotions. You can come back to it. You can take a break, you can come back. Hardship will make you stronger in the long run if you can handle it. It's self-abuse, basically. It depends on the person, right? I think people who are naturally competitive do tend to abuse themselves when it comes to this kind of thing. Because it's like, there is no option but to be the best, and to be anything but the best is, you're just gonna keep punishing yourself for it. One of the best skills you can learn when young is when to let go of things you can't control. You see it pretty often, right? Where people, they feel like they can't control anything in their lives, so they just give up on living. Not necessarily like in the sense of them like killing themselves or whatever, but like they just go their life passively. They don't do anything. They don't enjoy anything.
Doing it all for the 3